welcome to the Stokvel Academy learning sessions. Please remember to subscribe to our Stokvel Academy YouTube channel. We are still looking into the scenario, the what if situation. This time I would like us just to zoom into one specific sector of this Stokvel development journey. As I've always indicated, that the big thing about Stokvels is what can we do in terms of business? How can we start a business as a Stokvel? Well and good, that's great. We need to support that. But in view of this threat that is facing the world, the coronavirus, it has made me reflect on Stokvel as a business. Just as an example, usually someone will come up with a great idea and say, hi, let's start a business as a Stokvel. For example, let's go into property or whatever the business may be. And usually it's 2 or 3 people who come up with this great idea. And as you're working, cooking this idea, and we never think for a moment that something could happen to this particular person. And I'll just give you an example. This is a practical example that happened in my situation. We had identified an opportunity to invest in buying a holiday home in Kruger Park Lodge in Mpumalanga. And we registered a company. We went through all the necessary processes. And I remember very well in one of the meetings, someone said, you know what, guys, we are now about to commit ourselves in actually taking a bond to pay off this property. But what if someone dies? How are we going to service this bond? And at that moment, we actually said, you know what? That could be true. And what we did, we took out a life insurance cover just to take care of what if someone dies. How are we going to, or how are we going to service that bond? And unfortunately, indeed, as we speak now, we've lost 2 members, who unfortunately died. And we were able to service the bond. But the positive spin is that obviously their beneficiaries are going to benefit out of this property investment. And we were able to continue with our property business. But fast forward, now with the crisis that is facing us in South Africa as we speak, it's a holiday home, source of revenue, it's people booking for a holiday. Who's going to be going on holiday during the lockdown period? We never thought of it. And this is going to have a huge impact on in the tourism industry. We know that already. This is going to have a huge impact in the guest houses, hotels and all that. As I'm talking right now, I remember we bought this holiday home in Kruger Park Lodge in 1998. we never even thought that there would be a thing called coronavirus. I received an email from the administrators of the holiday resort, obviously informing us that with the lockdown at our doorstep, the holiday resort is going to be vacant. It's going to be empty. So meaning that there's not going to be a single revenue for us. What if we had not paid off the bond? How were we going to service that bond? Thanks God, because we actually paid off the unit 10 years ago. So the point I'm making is here, this what if as you embark, on your business journey. And it's a great thing. I think we need to keep on, we mustn't lose faith. We must think big as Stokvels. But let's take a moment and say, what if we are not able to service our debt? Maybe the simpler vision of a business. I know not all Stokvels are cut out to go into hardcore business. But some of the Stokvels, we invest in shares, we invest with unit trust, whatever the case may be. And of course, we do these things because we get advice from financial, experts and all that. But one thing that I know we never actually sit for a moment and think and say, what if things go horribly bad, that our investment gets wiped out? You know, we never think about it, because whenever we talk about investment as a Stokvel, and like any other person, we're just looking on the brighter side of things. So the what if situation is, even if you are a basic simple Stokvel that is looking into investing in ETFs, you know, all these financial instruments, please try and get someone who is a reputable financial expert, who would be able to lay down these scary what if scenarios and take heed of that advice. But that should not make you shy away from obviously taking a long-term investment view. But the fact of the matter is, what if it's a reality? So yeah, thank you guys. I think it is high time that as we continue with our Stokvel business, let us now embrace the philosophy that says, what if this happens? How are we going to survive as Stokvels? In a nutshell, be proactive, get professional advice well in advance, and be prepared for the worst that may happen. And preparedness means that you should not fall apart. Be prepared in that you've made necessary plans, contingency plans. Thank you very much.